Hey YouTube, this is Gary here, bringing you guys a very special deck profile. It's a deck that a friend of mine runs at Locals. His name is Apu. I don't know if he's on YouTube right now, or if he will be eventually. But the deck he's running right now is actually really interesting, and with a couple of my other friends from Locals, one of which is actually explaining the deck. It's not actually Apu. He goes through all the plays and everything about the deck. Basically, it's a symbol of Kolanth, the deep sea king, the big fish, essentially. However, it's actually called Zero Fish, and here's the deck, and you'll see why.
Okay, so this is Zero Fish. Me and my buddy Apu, as he calls himself, we developed Zero Fish. So it's basically your fish OTK with a little twist because we wanted to make it more consistent. So basically you have your two Deep Sea King Koalakins, and this is the fish you run in this deck. You have two Mandible Sharks, two Royal Swamp Eel, one Oystermeister, and one Fishborg. And I'll explain how we manage this and what you're supposed to bring with these guys when you're pulling off the OTK. Then this is the zero part. It's the basically the D engine because you're running absolute zero. So yeah, self-explanatory. You have Goras for protection, and just tech that worked in the deck. And Phantom of Chaos. It's very funny because you can get the name of the Deep Sea King Koalakant and then pull off its effect right away. So if you can dump it in the graveyard easily, you can do that turn one. We're running Future Fusion, which you basically use Absolute Zero for, and you can send the big fish and malicious, synchro with Plague, make a lot of pluses. So this is definitely the key engine card of the deck. So we're running Sarkos to get it. We're also running 3 Upstarts. We're running 1 Pod Duality, not more than 1, because we want to special summon often in the deck. So we're putting Upstarts instead. It doesn't really matter if they have like 12,000, 20,000 life. If you pull off the combo, you should win no matter what. You have Rhoda to get the Shadows, the 1 Destiny Draw, unfortunately, the 1 Allure. DDR, you can always Sarko the big fish, and if you Sarko the big fish, you can bring him out turn 1 and pull off the combo. This is just back row hate. You can also bring back Future Fusion when you have your Absolute Zero that makes a little dark hole for you, and then you can play it again. You have your dark hole, obviously, Monster Reborn, and 1 tech Miracle Fusion. Then you have Traps, Solemn Judgment, 2 Warnings, Mirror Force, Torrential, Call, again to bring the big fish. You have Bottomless, Deep Prison, and nice 2 techs, Phoenix Wing Blast. They work well with Malicious and sending the big fish to the graveyard. That's more or less it for the main deck. The extra deck, and this is probably the most important part here. Running 1 Shooting Star, 2 Stardust, a Colossal Fighter, 1 tech Black Rose. You have Goyo, Brownak. It's pretty much self-explanatory here. This is just for those other matchups. You side deck Cyber Dragons and you have 3 zeros. So now here is how this plays out usually. You're going to bring out those fishes. So usually what happens is you summon him, you discard a card, then you're going to special summon these guys. Okay, so these guys together make a Stardust. That's pretty easy to do. These 2, you can synchro a Army Arm, and with Oystermeister's effect, you get a token, which is fish and water. So by discarding a card, you can bring back Fishborg. Synchroing, that brings you your formula. You draw a card off of that, and then you can make your Shooting Star whenever you feel like you need to. And equipping this to your big fish protects him enough so that next turn you can pull off the combo again and summon another Stardust or a Colossal Fighter. You can still make the Colossal Fighter Armor Arm play in this deck. Often, if you can, what you will do is bring 2 sets of these guys and make 2 Stardusts or just a Stardust and a Colossal Fighter just to push for control. Unless you really want to summon your Shooting Star because you can. And since it's pretty much free, it's always good to do it. I think there was supposed to be a Pot of Avarice, but I think we took it out. Yeah, probably the Deep Prison was probably a Pot of Avarice. We tried it. Some people like it, like Apu doesn't like it at all. I like it. So it's up to you guys, you can try that. So that's pretty much Zero Fish. Thanks for watching.
Alright, one question though. You used to run Dark Armed in this. How did that go over?
Yeah, Dark Arm was just a funny tech, but it was more like of an overkill tech more than anything. Like you would go off, have a good graveyard, and then draw the Dark Arm out of nowhere, but you didn't need it. All you need really is the Phantom of Chaos to speed the big fish up. That's all you really need here.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's it, YouTube. This is Guy Reed signing off for Team Watapon. Later, guys.